All right, and we're back, and we're setting up Minecraft server. I have 4 kids, age 6 to 12, and they wanted to play Minecraft server together. I decided to repurpose a laptop that was older and slightly damaged, and so this is where we've ended up. So we have all the little bits of Linux configured. If you haven't watched the previous videos, you need to go back and watch them. So we have Java now installed. Open JDK. All right. Couple things to be aware of. All right. So we are going to use this command ls-l. It will give us what is in that directory. CD is change directory, so if I do CD dash, then we'll go to the root directory, ls.l, and it will give us everything in that directory. And you can see that this is one of the ones we're going to be concerned about, or if you don't have that, then what we'll do is, as you probably saw in the last video, sudo, which we installed last time, sudo make directory mkdir opt. Now, it's going to tell me that it already exists because it already exists, but if you're using another type of Linux, you'll do make directory opt. All right. Next, let's change directory into opt. And if you remember last time, if I do op and then hit the tab button, it will complete. And then again, I'll do ls-l. And you can see there's nothing in there. So let's clear just to clean it up. ls, nothing in there. So let's go ahead and sudo, so I'm super user, mkdir. Actually, let's do something different. What we're going to do is sudo add user system shell. So it's a system account and it can use the shell. If you don't know, don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. bin bash. Now it's going to set the home directory as opt, which we already have, Minecraft. And then we're going to put it in the Minecraft group. So we have the super user. We're adding a user, which is system. It has system access, shell, bin bash, home, and we're going to put it in the directory. Well, it just, if you can see, it creates a Minecraft, creates the group. So user group, and adds that user to the group, and then creates the home directory. Perfect. So if I look ls-l, I see that the Minecraft directory actually exists now. So let's change directory to Minecraft. And there's nothing in there. All right, so this will be important later. So we'll do sudo make directory Minecraft backups. So now we have something called Minecraft backups. Now if you can see, it's owned by root. So we'll change that later. Next, we'll do make directory sudo sudo make directory survival. Okay, if you saw what I just did, you didn't, but I hit the up arrow on my keyboard and it just picks the last couple things. That's kind of a cool feature. So sudo make directory created. So if I look now, I've made multiple directories. Later on, you'll see with the startup script why this is important. All right, so now I'm going to get the actual Minecraft server here. All right, sudo wget. So we installed this earlier. If I go to the Minecraft server, hit copy link, right click in putty. There we go. It's going to download and it's going to put it in this main directory. What we're going to do is we're going to rename it to the current version, which is as of April 2020, 1.15.2. Then we'll put, just for a sample, we're going to put it in the survival directory. So if you know Minecraft, you know there's many different types or versions or variants of Minecraft. There's creative, which you can't really die, and you have all these things. Or there's survival, where you actually have to figure out how to live, and you lose your inventory, you'll lose things that you have, and so you can actually run multiple servers off your old laptop or desktop, or in this case, we're using a virtual machine. So, the biggest part is how much backup that you want to put on your device. All right, so we are at 97%, and we're about to be done. And you can see it's called server.jar. So this ls-l can show you what actually exists. So let's just rename it. So this is called moving it. So we're going to move server.jar, and we're going to rename it Minecraft server 1.15.2.jar. So so you can see everything's the same, but I've renamed that file to that file, and that's fine. All right, so next I'm going to do a command that I will do a number of times, and it's sudo change own. So it's change ownership, recursive, which means all of it, Minecraft the user, Minecraft the owner of opt Minecraft. And that's it. Now, if I look now, so you see this. It used to be owned by root and by root group. Now it's owned by Minecraft and by the Minecraft group. So this command we can use numerous times until we get to a sustainable picture, so to speak. All right, so let's clear this. We'll list it out just so we know it's there. Okay, all right. So next, I'm going to change the permissions on the Minecraft server. So sudo change mod 755. Don't worry if you don't know what that means. Minecraft server. So what you see is this changed 1, 2, 3 to that. Basically, it just means who can run and who can access. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to sudo copy cp Minecraft server. And again, I'm using the tab to survival Minecraft. All right, so I'm copying this file, which is right there, to the survival directory, which is right there, and I'm going to name it a certain name. If you create 3, 4, 2, 7, whatever amount of servers, Minecraft servers, on your device, name this the same thing because that will make it much easier and you can use these startup scripts that I'm going to show you. All right. So if I were to look at that, nothing's changed, right? There's nothing changed here. But if I change the directory to the survival directory, what I can see is there is a new file called Minecraft server. Now, I could do the same thing, which is I can up arrow. Sorry, that was the wrong thing. And then change. So you see this. I used the sudo, and now I've changed ownership of the owner and the group of that file. All right. Now, I'm going to clear. So the first thing we'll do is sudo, because I'm not the root user, Java. Oh, I don't know what just happened there. Uh-oh. I am not sure what just happened there. All right. All right, here we go. All right. Sudo. All right. So that's the command we're going to run. All right. Let's go back to the file, cd opt Minecraft survival. And we are there, right? Sudo. So we're going to run it as a Java command. In this case, it doesn't matter, but this basically says run it at 1 gig memory and run that file and don't have a GUI. All right, we're going to put in our password. So if you didn't have the mistake that I did, it will just run. Oh, this is important. So the first time it runs, it will create a bunch of files. And what you want to do is this file is sudo nano eula, if I can spell. And then you want to turn this to false. Here we go. True. Control X. Yes. And write it. All right. And then clear this. All right. So what's in there? Next, server properties. All right. So you can totally do the same thing you just did. However, we're going to do sudo nano server properties. All right, and we're going to change this. So one thing we know is this is let's bring it up. IP address. So we already know that this is that 192.168.11.146. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to do that here. 192.168.11. Oh. 192. Of course I did that. Close. All right. 192.168.11.146. Level seed, that's what we're about to do. In most cases, you don't need to do this, but because I have younger kids, I actually want to know where they are. I want to be able to help them. I don't want them to get frustrated. So this is where mineatlas.com comes in. If you want to have a seed or just generate another seed, it will do it for you. And it'll say this is where it's located. And if you go back, it'll generate another random seed. Either which way, what you're going to find is that's the seed. So if I copy that over to here, and what I'm doing is right-clicking. Right-clicking is how it works. I've copied that seed. Now, this is where you spawn. And then if you go through, like likely villages and jungle temples and desert temples, all this stuff, it will show you where you are. Well, if you can see in the default, this is pretty extensive. And for a teenager, you don't necessarily need to find out what seed you have, but for a 7-year-old, which I have, it may be nice because you want to help them out or kind of give them perspective. So if you decide to, this is optional, you can go to this and grab a seed and you put it in there. All right, so we're back here. Game mode is survival. This is where you can pick creative or another mode. Server port is important. If you have more than one server, it needs to be on different server ports. So if you have a creative and a survival, you need to change it. So this would be, I just changed it to 25, let's say 25555. It doesn't matter what it is, but just say I have another server there. We keep going down. Level name, world, game mode, no. And you keep going down. Difficulty, you can pick what you want the difficulty is and function permissions, and down. So if you want this to be less, you can do that and spawn. So online mode, if you're on the internet, you want this to be true. If you're on your own personal network, pick false. It doesn't even matter. Yeah, it doesn't even matter. So our kids like this allow nether. I didn't know what that meant. Allow. There was another one that they also liked, but the point is, you can pick max players. This online mode really is a different situation. We pick false because then it won't determine whether you're a Minecraft buyer, you've paid the $30-ish or not, and so we have not picked that. And then the world, you can pick if it's smaller or not. All right, so let's go ahead and save that, write it. All right, so you can then skip to the next part if you'd like, or in this part, we're going to set, which is called the almost the server admin of the Minecraft server. All right, so we're going to do the same command, and I'm just hitting the up arrow. I'm doing the same command. So again, this is more for parents or adults that want to support your kids. And then in some cases, that means, so a good example is at some point, I had where there was one child that was hiding in a mountain, right? You have these day periods, you have these night periods, and you have somebody who hides in the mountain, but they don't have light. They don't have a torch. And so they can't see which way is up or down or whatever. And so what this thing does, this what I'm about to show you, which is I ran this as a kind of a user inside Linux, is you can make yourself kind of like an admin of Minecraft server, of the Minecraft server, and you'd have to do this for every instance of Minecraft. You'd have to go in and run it the first time or run it the second time, whatever the case is, and make yourself the admin. The idea is if somebody gets stuck, which we had, you can rescue them without them taking on a different personality or a different Minecraft role. It's different if you're like 17 years old. It's than if you're like 7. So you can see the server goes through. You can see this Minecraft map. So it's gonna put me based on the seed that I configured right in and around this area. All right, so it's done. So I brought up Minecraft. So remember the IP address and the port that, so I'm going to add a server. Go VirtualBox. I'm going to do 192.168.11.146. And you remember it was 125.25.25. Boom. All right. So watch this. When I connect, and you remember I only let 10 people in, I'm going to join the server. It's a multiplayer server. And you see, you see, I joined. That's me. I joined. All right. And that is me in the server. And it will build based on where I go. So what I'm going to do, so list. So there is one of max 10 players, and it's Jayhawk. So I just did a list. So OP Jayhawk 6. All right, so if I did that, so this is totally optional. I made a server operator me. Now, the intent isn't to make it your child, it's to make it a parent or somebody responsible. All right, so that is where we are right now. So let me go ahead and disconnect from the server. And you can see there's one player. I made it server operator. I lost connection, and then I left the game. All right. Oop. All right, so I hit the stop command, and it's going to stop the server. And again, this is optional. You don't have to do this. All right, so that's where we'll end on this video. So what we did was we configured Linux server for Minecraft, and then we as an optional, so we got the Minecraft server as an optional task. We found out like what the seed was, and we generated that seed. And in this case, it's this one, that seed. And you can do any seed, but that's the one we did. And we ended up, and this is for, again, younger children that may not quite understand how this all works. And then we went into the Minecraft server. We started it once, and it gives us this whole thing that you have to choose the end user licensing agreement, and you had to pick true, and that's regardless of who you are. And then the second time, we actually logged into the server, and we created ourselves as the server admin. And then when we did that, is again, it's optional, but it's going to set us up for other activities later, especially when we have younger kids. All right, well, thank you, and hope you enjoy it, and hope you join us next time. Thank you.